What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I almost forgot it was Wednesday. Anyways, let's look at the horoscope for this Wednesday. We are going to see, of course, Venus locked and loaded in Sag. It came in late last night if you're on the East Coast, early this morning, but we are done with the North Node dispositor being in detriment position in Scorpio. Thank God. Now, of course, there's a lot of things we can take away from that Venus in Scorpio, which is, learning positive ways to release, learning how to attract in positive energy. And as it's now in Sagittarius, there is an expanse on the positive things, the beliefs, the stories with the relationships you want to create, the stories with the value that you want to create. I would say, especially now that the South Node's out of Sagittarius, where it was in 2020, 2021, now that we're coming into this Sagittarius season even, we're not there yet with the sun, but we're getting there. And we're seeing also Mercury one day away from coming into Sag, that it's safe to believe again, and it's actually encouraged right now. So, I recommend that we all kind of take a moment today on this Wednesday to kind of really believe a story, a positive outcome for ourselves, and really transmute as we are crossing over this cusp here between Scorpio, Sag, that is, arising through the darkness, if you will. It's, that transmutation point. So, we're all coming out of the ashes, and I think it's safe to believe in something positive right now. We are still seeing Venus separating from the trine over to Jupiter and in Jupiter's home. And of course, yes, Jupiter's at home in Pisces as well, but it's also where Venus is exalted. So still having them in this trine, I think is definitely beneficial. And we want to look at the positive side of life, have faith, and see what can expand with the creation aspect and within the feminine energy, so that we can attract, something very positive, hopefully, right? Hopefully. With Mercury finishing up in Scorpio, it's still intense though. We can't get out of the intense energy just yet. It's still Scorpio season, and Mercury's edgy here, looking for the deeper truths, looking for the bottom line. It's done with that sextile over to Pluto in Capricorn. So I do think that we have a much better understanding of, the more positive mergers in life, and to kind of get out of situations that are controlling us, whether it's mentally, emotionally. This is definitely let's rise up and get out of anything that's manipulating us in our life right now, so that we can create something much more stable. The moon's finishing up in Leo, and it's going to make some quincunxes here. It's going to quincunx over to Jupiter. It's also going to quincunx Pluto, and there is a little yod. It's a light yod. It's like a half yod, because it's kind of a wide sextile between Pluto and Jupiter, but Jupiter's a big planet, and the moon's going to go right in that midpoint there at that 27th degree, and it's a yod energy, but it's not exact, but there is a moment today where it is so important that we are transmuting our beliefs and having a great faith, as I talked about with this Sagittarius energy that's coming in and bringing some fire and kind of charging us up a little bit as well. With the moon finishing up in Leo today, there is, a charge here to really believe in what you can create for yourself, the things that make you feel happy, the life that makes you feel secure and is fun. Even Mars retrograde in Gemini, come on, we got to figure out how to move forward with some excitement and some fun. And it's hard because it is, of course, ratcheting down on Neptune, which is stationed, going to get ready to come direct at 22 degrees in December. And Jupiter is, we got Jupiter 7 days, a week away from coming direct in Pisces. So yeah, there's it can feel like there's a stalemate in life, but that's only if you don't have the courage right now to step up for yourself, to step up for the positivity, to step up for the fun and the creation that you can make come to life. But again, it's we can sit in the darkness all we want, it's not going to make a change. It's when we acknowledge the darkness and take the initiative to create our way out of it. And maybe we're not in a dark place. Maybe, things around us look dark, or whatever the case may be. There's always going to be darkness somewhere, but it's definitely about transmuting that and looking at the bright side and realizing that everything has its purpose for whatever position you're in life right now, and that you can courageously make adaptations. You can adapt yourself to get out. You can make adjustments and make things happen. The moon's going to meet with Regulus today and come into Virgo as well. So yeah, why not treat yourself with king or queen-like energy? Put yourself on the throne. Be regal in life for what you can expand and create. And then that moon coming into Virgo is definitely saying like, okay, you saw all this creative potential and self-actualization here, and you're seeing the positive side, and you're believing in something bigger. Great. Now, what are you going to do about it in physical reality? Are you going to put the little changes in? Are you going to be honest with what you've analyzed with Mercury finishing up here in Scorpio? All the little things that have been uncovered, those truths that you've decoded in your life, are you ready to actually make the change? Start molding the reality to fit this narrative? Hopefully you do. The moon's going to make that square over to the sun early in the morning. The moon's going to square over to Mercury at 29 degrees. So there is an edginess, I would say, in not wanting to express what we really want, or having some deep underlying thing and not being able to just courageously come out and say it. Like, say what you need to change your story. Say what you need to feel better, to find more happiness and more passion in a direction that you want to go in life right now. And of course, right as Venus comes into Sagittarius and tries to find some positivity, oh look, the moon's going to come into Virgo and square it day one. Boom, 0 degrees. So there's a lot of mutable energy that we come into by this evening. We're kind of making a transition from kind of heavy fixed energy into mutable energy. It's not a time to be stubborn. It's not a time to sit in situations just for the sake of sitting in it, especially if we're not feeling passionate or feeling like what we're doing is creating something positive in reality that's, that does come from a healing place. So definitely got to figure out the things, and definitely by the end of today, whatever does transpire in your life, don't beat yourself up with the moon just coming into Virgo square Venus. Guilt, shame isn't going to get you anywhere right now. It's about the transmutation of that guilt, of that shame, and really coming back to the North Node, Taurus, Uranus, pivoting in different directions, doing things differently, to believe in yourself more, and to make adjustments as needed in life to find happiness. It's not, the past is the past. This is about moving into a future with Saturn in Aquarius, now direct and at 19 degrees. The moon's done with the opposition to that. We're not in any crazy Saturn aspects. It's even separating from Uranus. So it's almost like we get to kind of analyze what has shattered in our reality. Where'd we get cut by reality, and instead of holding on to some guilt or shame about decisions made, to transmute that energy and to figure out a new positive way to adapt and get things in order in our reality. And I think that can be very helpful on a day like this. So also, the moon will sextile Mars retrograde, so I think we do want to put that into perspective. It's the excitement to act, which Mars is stalled by Neptune, but keeping things, free and kind of keeping things fun and exciting, and being able to look at your environment with a keen eye and the relationships. And are these things actually built around love? Are they built around happiness? Or are you ready to find that regalness and that courage to break out and expand, and to not just keep wallowing in pity or the past? There's no reason to beat ourselves up today. We got to transmute that energy. So I hope that's helpful. Let's see what the tarot has to say for today. Happy hump day. I'm a fan of 2 hump camels, and over the 1 hump camels. Nothing against 1 hump camels. I'm not like humpist here, but I like the 2 humps. Let me know in the comments below what your preference is. 2 hump, 1 hump. All right, what's the tarot say? Eight of Cups, upright. I think that that's the transmutation. This is a very scorpionic card to me, and I think it's about being able to intuitively listen to what's true, to walk away from situations that you're not feeling fulfilled anymore. There's no happiness here. They're just dragging you down. Let's get out of the situations that are dragging us down. There's something intuitively that we can go towards right now, but it's up to you to tap into what that is and then make the adjustments necessary. Page of Swords, upright. Acting upon truth, being curious, looking for excitement. Is that a cow jumping over this guy? It is. Did you know that could happen? I think it's a time to believe in something that maybe you didn't think was possible, but in a positive light, and looking at information as what it is, but still having this expanse on things and not just getting caught up in the detail, although the detail is a good thing to pay attention to. But again, don't be curious about the detail and go further and expand more into what truth can possibly come from that. Maybe create the truth for yourself. Oh my gosh, the Seven of Swords upright? Shady. I don't know. This just looks guilty to me, right? It's a guilty card. And I brought that up about the guilt. We don't want to, play games with ourselves with guilt or something in life from our past that we're upset about. Stop with the past. This is about future. This is about moving forward stories. The stories of the past are stories of the past. That's exactly what they are. They're great stories. Don't beat yourself up. Be curious and be able to go into a different direction if need be. You don't have to sit and wallow in any part of life right now. You're here to be a creator. Go create. And if you don't create, it's also not a time to beat yourself up. Let things go. That's how I'm reading that card for you today. I appreciate you all very much. I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you all for tomorrow's horoscope. Much love. Peace.